Hey, this is Richard again. I'm going to take my little milling machine and mill off to that line because I don't want that to come above the top of that pipe that I've stuck out here. So that's what I'm going to be doing here in a few minutes. And it's just a little milling machine that I have. And if you're going to make molds, you need something like this. This is one made in Canada, and they're relatively inexpensive compared to a big milling machine, and it will do everything the big one will do, except it's manual unless you want to put the motors in it. And these are great pieces of equipment, and they're out there. A lot of older men like me have them, and they die, and the family gets rid of them. And the other things you'll need is a Rockwell Delta bandsaw. This particular one is a machinist one, and that's the one I use the most, and I have several of these different types of them. I have them for wood and everything else. This is the one I like the most. And a little sander like this. You'll need that sander to do many things with it. Sanding aluminum to fiberglass, the flange is off and everything. And my key thing is I have probably, I don't know, an old antique lathe, and I put all my wood products on here. I make everything off of this. And there's many of these out here. They're available, and this is what you need if you're going to make molds, is a lathe. And I like the antique ones. And this thing has been, I paid $400 for it with the bench and all the tooling, so it's relatively inexpensive. And the amount of money I've made with this thing in use is just phenomenal. And we have a different one over here that I traded skid loader work for, and it's a lot more advanced. It's a 1936 one. That's when the patent thing was, or it was made, and it's like pre-World War II. It has all the setups for all the screws, so if you want to thread something, you can thread it, and this bar turns at lower speeds where the other one doesn't have it. And this has the reverse forward, and it's a much better machine. I don't particularly use that machine because I don't have a lot of time on it. I'm more comfortable with the other piece of junk I have, and it does anything I want to do. This is more what Frank uses to do metal work and stuff like that with it. So you need some good drill presses too. They're out there. Most any of the drill presses are pretty good. You know, if you get something fairly good. My latest drill press that I have, that I've managed to buy, is this 3-phase one. It turns like, I don't know, 5,000 RPMs. It's very heavy, big machine. It has the inverter with it, and I'm still making little payments on this, but this is the way to go. It's variable speed, but there's not many of these around that are 3-phase, and if you don't have that in your workshop, you got to have an inverter, and it's a little bit to hook it up with it. My box is over here, and so that's what you'll need for sure. And I do have a 12 by 12 machine shop in here. I have all the tooling from these different machines that I've collected up over the past year or so. And I got upper cabinets, and I stick everything in the upper cabinets because there's so much stuff. But virtually I have all the cutting stuff for everything. And you know, we're a very small operation. Everything's cluttered. Trying to keep it somewhat organized, but I'm always in here from 5 in the morning till late at night working on stuff. And at any rate, that's what I do. I'm gonna go cut this piece off. Talk to you later.